Welcome, everybody. This is Papa Joe or the Papa Joe Shows. This is where Papa Joe knows. I'm glad you are here. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for tuning in. So today, I kind of wanted to talk about altcoins. A lot of people have noticed recently that different coins have gone up significantly in their value, but I wanted to talk to you about a few in particular that I've recently found, not necessarily recently found, but different ones that I personally like, and then kind of some of the ideas around how I go about choosing those, and kind of doing my research on them. Just kind of give you an idea around what to look for when you're looking into a blockchain project, because altcoins are blockchain projects. Some of them have financial use cases, but others don't. So I kind of wanted to point out a few things around that, and some other stuff that's going on in the market and why things are kind of doing what they're doing, and as far as the price action is concerned. So before we get started, though, like, subscribe, and share this video. Go ahead and share it out so people can maybe see it live. That would be fantastic. I really do appreciate it. Those of you who have, thank you. You know who you are. Really means a lot to me. Thank you. And the Patreon show, scrolling across the bottom of the screen here. I do a Patreon show so that I can discuss different topics, kind of along the lines of cryptocurrency and blockchain, but more in the face of current events. And then also current events. I like to look at it through a different lens. Let's put it that way. And I can't openly talk about those things. So go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. It's $5 a month. The reason I do that is primarily to keep the trolls out, really, more than anything. Also, as I grow the show here, I'll have exclusive content around different interviews. I'll do all that kind of stuff on the Patreon. I may do a few out here, but for the most part, I'll do it in the Patreon show. So with that being said, a couple things I want to cover here real quick. Flip this around here. Coinbase is one of the biggest exchanges. I would not necessarily call it just an exchange. They're an on and off ramp for U.S. customers. They're the biggest one, so they're a big honeypot, if you will, as far as hackers are concerned. And they know that, and they've got a pretty good security protocols and things like that they follow. And that's fantastic. More power to them. But one of the things that I've noticed over the past few days, and I was waiting on an article to kind of talk through it, to kind of confirm some of the stuff I've noticed, their reserves in Bitcoin has significantly dropped over the past few months. They're not the only exchange that's having that problem. The miners aren't selling their coins, therefore exchanges or on and off ramps, they can't get net new coins or Bitcoin. Well, really primarily Bitcoin. So you've heard me mention it before. Those of you who subscribe to Bitcoin Ben, he talks about it as well. There is a pinch coming, a squeeze coming. And this is the first signs of it you're starting to see. The thing is in crypto, this happening, and in everything as far as the technology is concerned, stuff that would typically take a few months, years to take place in the regular markets, they take place in days. It's like dog years, kind of how the dog ages and stuff like that. In the crypto sphere, stuff happens, and it happens fast. So anyways, to put into perspective, we're coming into this pinch as far as like, you got the liquidity squeeze, you've got the demand. So this is basic economics here, where you've got all of these cryptocurrencies and primarily Bitcoin, that is going to be the supplies, effectively the net new supply is going away. So we have to circulate what we have. People like me, we have vibranium or diamond hands. We're not letting it go, because we know that its value is greater than anything that we can obtain right now. Not in a US dollar perspective, but how many gold bars can I buy? How many silver bars can I buy? Is it easy for me to pick it up and move it and transport it anywhere in the world? Yes to all of those things. And that's how I value cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, because it is a more of a currency. All the other coins, and we'll talk about the altcoins here in a minute, they're all blockchain platforms or monetized tokens, which they have a value and they're more like buying stock in a business from my perspective. So, sorry if I get a little spacey here. I've been up late building different things for in the blockchain sphere, playing with different pieces of technology. So I seem a little spacey. I need more coffee. By the way, thanks to my wife for bringing this to me. She went out and got some wonderful coffee this morning. So thank you. So we've got the liquidity squeeze. We've got the supply. Supply is going up. I don't know if you've looked at the buying volumes recently, but they're going up. A lot of the whales, I've talked about it recently in recent shows, whales are buying more crypto. Then so are net new buyers. And institutional money is also coming in majorly. And I talked about that as well recently. So go back and watch recent videos. Again, like, subscribe, share, and get that information and understand where I'm coming from with this. And this is also happening at the same time. So we need to realize the economy that we have today, it's starting to fail. Oh, it's starting to fail. It's been dead for a long time. But we're really starting to see it fail in major ways. You've got the housing market that's blown massively up, which houses that should not be where their prices are massively overvalued. You've got all of their assets. The debt bubble is so big, and they keep trying to pump more and more money into this with the new infrastructure bill and other things. And it's just out of this world huge. This is going to collapse, and it's going to collapse hard. So people are looking for other alternative ways to store and protect their purchasing power. So they're going into cryptocurrency, and they're going into gold and silver, but you're not seeing that price fluctuate as much as Bix Weir talks about how the price is manipulated. He's not wrong. I've done a lot of the research myself and looked into what he's talked about. Even before I found him, I wanted to hear other people were talking if they're seeing the same things I was. And yeah, the price of gold and silver is manipulated. The comics, all that is just paper silver, paper gold. It's not the actual assets being traded. And we need to understand, folks, this is where we are with this now. This is going to crumple. People, you and me, every day, folks, institutional money now as well, are looking for a way out of the system before it completely crashes and they lose all of the purchasing power and or the value that they've grown over the years. You've got Michael Saylor with MicroStrategies and everything they're doing. Sorry, there is a fly flying around and it just flew in front of the camera. So, yeah, down here in the South, that's kind of a state bird right there. I'm teasing, but anyways, where was I? Made a joke and lost my train of thought. Sorry, folks. People are looking for a way to store and protect their value. You got MicroStrategies. That's where it was. And you've got Grayscale and other institutional funds that have gone and made a crypto fund or a crypto portfolio. These people don't have small amounts of money. They're taking major financial interest into specifically Bitcoin, but other altcoins as well. And speaking of altcoins, one of the coins that I found not long, I guess sometime, it was early on, it was a couple of years ago, or it was right after they announced their existence, they just rebranded to Polygon. It's Matic. Their ticker is Matic, and I'll pull that up here. Yeah, there it is. So if you look, let's see. How long have they been in existence? Let's go all the way So they were all the way out. So in 2018, somewhere in that ballpark when they launched. I found it back in this part, and I told a lot of friends and family to get into it right here because it was going to have this kind of parabolic run up. And I think it's going to retrace and hit way above that. Honestly, for Polygon, my personal prediction, and this isn't in a selfish manner, is that I really think it's going to hit way above $10 and go beyond that, mainly because they are Ethereum's Internet of Blockchains. Okay, Ethereum has been trying to launch their 2.0 project for a long time. And we need to understand that they haven't been very successful with that and have been looking for partnerships with companies or blockchains like Polygon. This is a blockchain platform that was built, as you see here, by developers for developers. It is resolving the low throughput, the gas and the poor UX, etc., etc. They have the ability to do a one-click development preset blockchain networks. Okay, this goes back to like the Divi project. I really like the Divi project because they are making crypto easy for people. I'll pull that up here in a minute too. I forgot to pull that one up. The Divi project is, the folks there are spot on. I love those people. They're doing an amazing job, and their mission to make crypto easy for anyone and everyone, they've succeeded, and they're going to make it even better. The stuff that they're working on and what they've built has been phenomenal. I just want to point out, the reason I liked this so much when I first found it is because they were going to solve a problem that Ethereum at the time could not solve. And honestly, they're still not able to solve. And that's great. That builds partnerships, that builds other businesses. It creates a true ecosystem in all this. And I think it's fantastic. Polygon or Matic as its ticker, they actually are solving something. So this is how I go when I find projects. I find projects like Polygon by looking at what they're going to solve for the world. If you want to know what the next big hot thing is going to be, it may not be Polygon. I hope it is, but it may not be. You need to look for specific criteria and have a mindset of what you're looking at. Blockchains or other cryptocurrencies or altcoins, they are blockchain platforms that are designed to solve a specific use case. Okay. Polygon wanted to partner with Ethereum and create effectively an IoT or an Internet of Things or an Internet of Blockchains specifically for Ethereum, because Ethereum is the largest blockchain platform out there for springboarding other blockchains. Matic or Polygon was set up on Ethereum as an ERC20 token. I actually think they still are an ERC20 token. They've also launched, no, they're not. They launched their own. I thought they launched, maybe they did. I could be wrong. I will be wrong about things on their show, just so everybody knows. I don't know everything around this stuff, but if you are teachable, which I try to learn from anyone and everyone, then you'll never fall behind. So if I'm wrong, great. If I'm not, great. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure they launched their mainnet. But anyways, the Polygon platform, they're designed to specifically help and solve a problem that Ethereum can't solve or haven't been able to solve on their own. Why recreate their will? Ethereum's partnering with them. Let it go. Run. That's another platform that you can help support and build as they build out their solutions for the world. So another really cool thing about this is that you can have, let's say, supply chains. Anyone, any company, any retailer, anything that uses a supply chain can use Polygon with the Ethereum network and create a really robust ecosystem. And with Polygon, it creates the ability to have really low fees, really fast transactions, and an entire ecosystem that really integrates well with other things. So they're a layer 2. Ethereum is a layer 1. This is more technical, so I apologize. If you have questions, put it in the chat. I'll try to answer those, or comment on the video. I'll try to answer those around around more technical questions. Or join the Patreon and message me in there. I do have that's where you guys can send me notes and we can communicate and stuff through that. So anyways, any business and any enterprise could use this blockchain paired with Ethereum. You got Ethereum layer 1, you got Polygon layer 2, and those type of interactions. The layer 2 does a lot more interactions with like APIs, input outputs from other blockchains potentially, which one we'll talk about here in a second, that has that input output capability that they're focusing on. you can really build an amazingly robust platform here with this type of environment, with these tools, with these blockchains. So the second one I wanted to point out here that works really, really well is Ambrosia. Their ticker is AMB. They are a fairly new one as well. Let's pull them up. Let's see. So they've come down significantly. I don't know what the story is on there, but one of the reasons I really like them is because they're actually solving the capability to work with IoT devices, sensors, existing ERP systems. Let me tell you something right now. Retailers, and specifically any retailer who has a major supply chain, they're going to want anything that they do to be able to integrate with their current ERP system. Okay. This company, they're building the capability to interact with those ERP systems, interact with those scanners, sensors, IoT devices, RFID scanners, things like that. Take a step back here, do a 50,000-foot view. You take Ethereum, Polygon, or EOS, or any other blockchain, and Cardano was a good one too. And you take that and you build out a supply chain using those types of blockchains. And you take something like Ambrosia and you integrate it as in with your layer 2 or as part of or as the layer 2. You'll be able to put RFIDs or any kind of other tags on your merchandise or whatever you're trying to track in your supply chain. You'll be able to scan those into a blockchain, have another blockchain read that blockchain, or have it input into your primary blockchain, and have smart contracts interacting between the two, or 3 or 4, however many you have. And those smart contracts can auto-execute specific things as the merchandise or the goods are moved from manufacturer into the retail store, or from the manufacturer into, if it's medical grade stuff, whatever, anywhere you have a tracking. Something like Ambrosia gives the tracking capability into a blockchain and allows smart contracts to automatically execute based off of whatever business logic you go build into it. The possibilities are endless. So just put that into perspective. You have a blockchain technology platforms. That's what these are. They're businesses building blockchains to solve real world problems. That's what I look for when I look at a project. If the price is low, it doesn't matter necessarily. It's good time to buy in, but you need to understand that when a project takes off and does well, it's because people believe in it or they have a specific use case in what they're going to go solve. Everybody's talking about Solana. Shifting gears here. You guys need to understand altcoins are seriously taking over in the media. They're taking over in the alt media for those of you who follow those. You got to understand these types of platforms, they're not doing bad. Let's see. So as the year to date, just in the year to date, look at Sol. Look at that chart. Look at that. It's gone nuts. Let's go all time. What was it? 78 cents at its start? I mean, come on. It's at 118 or 16 right now. That's huge. You know why? Because they're solving a real world problem. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, somebody's probably gonna smack me for this one, but they partnered with TikTok, I think, recently. I'll have to verify that. But yeah, in some regard, I don't know specifically, but Solana was part of the discussions there. Somewhere I read that. Something sticking in my head about that. I have to go find it for sure and find out, but don't quote me on it. Don't hold me to it if it's not true, but something about that sticking in my head. So another one, Theta. You know, Theta's going to give any media network a run for its money. It already is, okay? I actually am going to stand up a show there. This show, I'm going to go ahead and broadcast to that as well. I know Bix Weir is doing it. I know other people are talking about doing it. You can live stream or at least upload your videos into the Theta network, and it's a blockchain-based media platform. Guys, blockchains make sense for so many things. The altcoins, as we call them so affectionately, are actual businesses who are building real-world solutions for the world. And we need to understand that this is the world we're moving into. And we need to start paying attention to what's coming, what businesses are being built, what blockchain platforms are being built, and why they're being built. How are they solving a real world problem? This is how I go when I view things. I try to figure out what they're trying to solve. Does it make sense? Is there already a solution for it, or does blockchain make more sense to you to solve that problem? Those are some things that I look at when I go and look at these altcoin projects. Does it make sense to invest any money into it at all? I say money, fiat. It's called fiat. Any fiat, because you're going to want to get out of fiat as fast as you possibly can. And as always, anything I say on this show is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. Okay? Please keep that in mind as we have these discussions. I'm not going to give you any advice on what to go do and how to go do it. These are things that I like to do. These are things I like to look into. And I love sharing the knowledge that I've gained over the years because I have been in this space for a long time. And like to provide that out to the community, just because if this is going to grow, y'all need to know what I know. You guys need to understand what I understand. But anyways, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and cut it there. Please, again, join the Patreon show if you want to get my 4:30 shows. I do a show every day at 4:30 to kind of go over current events, blockchain, crypto, but more in a we'll call it a different worldview than the majority of people typically have. So like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share the videos out as much as you can. The more people that see it, the better off my show is. And the more people that subscribe to my channel, again, the better off all this is for this. And I'll be able to continue to run and do this. I appreciate you guys being along for the ride. It means the world to me. It really means a lot. And with that, I'll go ahead and see you guys this afternoon. Be blessed.